Big T don't miss.
Bang, 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 boy, shit break. On a hard thing, out of Alabama, you can add Nick say.
What's the word, gang? It's your boy Heather. And you are now tuned in to Hit Squad TV. If you would be so kind as to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell on the side to be notified on each and every time we decide to slide. And today, we going to Grenada, Mississippi. Yeah, man. We're talking about none other than the case of Jimme J. Lee and the prime suspect, Timothy Harrington Jr. Now, if you don't know, we're going to bring you up to speed on this whole ordeal. Let's go.
Lee has been missing for more than 2 years now, and the suspect is set to face trial in connection next month.
Those court proceedings are scheduled even though Lee's body has yet to be found. WREG's Brian Didlake spoke with the local attorney and joined us live downtown with the latest developments. Brian?
Stephanie, Greg, we spoke with criminal defense attorney Blake Balin, who tells me with there still being no body at this time, it may make prosecution tough, but not impossible. It's now been more than 2 years since Jimme J. Lee was last seen after the University of Mississippi student never made it back to their campus apartment. Oxford police say Lee was meeting someone at a nearby bar. Timothy Harrington Jr. has since been charged with murder in connection to Lee's disappearance. Oxford investigators connected Harrington to Lee's disappearance after uncovering surveillance footage and bodily fluids, among other evidence. Investigators describe Harrington and Lee's relationship as sexual. Now a Mississippi court has ordered a death certificate for Lee, even with there still being no trace of Lee's body. We spoke with an attorney who says even with that declaration, it may not affect how the trial may go for Harrington.
You know, these cases are unusual but not impossible, and the idea that you can't prosecute a homicide case without a body is just it's a fallacy, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense, because if that were the law, then you would have an incentive, you would have a motive for everybody who ever commits a homicide to get rid of the body.
And now Harrington's trial is set to start December 2nd. At this time, he does remain out on bond.
So what you have here is a one-way relationship between two males in Mississippi. Jimme J. Lee, a graduate of Ole Miss, and Timothy Harrington, a graduate of Ole Miss. Timothy wanted to keep this concealed. I don't know if he was living a double life or whatever, but he comes from a family with money. He comes from a family that is a church family. I believe his grandfather is a pastor. So you see where this is going, right? Everybody want to keep their little bones buried deep in the closet. See, when you're not being who you are and living in your truth, it calls for things like this to rear that ugly head. He went to Timothy Harrington's apartment and engaged with Timothy Harrington, got into an argument, and I believe that Jimme J. Lee threatened to expose him. Jimme J. Lee blocked him on social media. He made a fake account, got back in, and invited Jimme J. Lee over to his house. Early in the morning, Jimme obliged. He came over and was never seen or heard from again. There's no body in this. They were never able to recover a body. The case went to trial, and this is how it ended.
You spoke earlier. I don't know if that means you're the spokesman or not, but you spoke earlier. I'm going to, anyone have objection to me talking to the closest you are to me anyway, as to What's your thought? What's the jury's thoughts at this time?
I think it's impossible.
You think it's impossible? Do you believe further let me ask you this a little further. Has your, without telling me which way it is or what count, which charge it is, has your numbers changed in any way?
No.
Do you anticipate that there being any hope of that taking place?
No.
Will further deliberations resolve this? Jury, that other jurors have that same opinion?
Yes.
All right. I thank you for your effort. You've been out there, you've been out 9.5 hours, I think. Have you reviewed all the evidence thoroughly? I'm going to declare a mistrial.
So a mistrial was declared. This was in, like, I want to say close to Thanksgiving. So as of right now, they're gearing up to go back to court. Not sure when they're going, but that's what the aim is. Timothy Harrington went home, spent the holidays with his family. He dodged one. And a lot of people feel like him beating this is crazy because there was a lot of evidence pointing towards him. However, his family comes from money. They hired a high-dollar lawyer from North Mississippi with a stellar track record, and he was able to at least get this pushed into a hung jury, a mistrial. But there's hunters, and they're out in the woods last day or two. They're hunting, shooting deer, and they stumble across some jewelry. One pick up the jewelry. While they're examining the jewelry, they come across a body. Imagine that.
Breaking news right off the top of this newscast on a case closely watched across our community. A body found in the woods in rural Mississippi could be linked to the Jimme J. Lee murder case. You might remember Lee disappeared from Oxford in July of 2022.
Now, these are pictures from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. We're told hunters found a body, and nearby they found a gold necklace with Jimme J. Lee's name on it. Carroll County is about an hour and a half southwest of Oxford, near Greenwood, Mississippi. Right now, deputies are not confirming the body was Lee. They're waiting for DNA evidence.
Now, and back in December, a capital murder case ended in a mistrial against Timothy Harrington Jr., in part because investigators did not have Lee's body. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this story and keep you updated throughout this newscast and online.
Well, I can't say how this one's going to end up, but it's looking bad for the home team. Timothy Harrington, and then stumbled across what you really did not want them to stumble across. And wow. If you find jewelry next to a body, and that body, that jewelry just so happens to have a name on it, I mean, come on. All they're going through is the forensics and all the scientific stuff. We'll know probably no later than tomorrow whether or not that's the body of Jimme J. Lee, but I'm willing to bet you $1 to a dime that is. So we're gonna keep a close eye on this. Always best to just be who you are. Live in your truth, whatever that is. Whatever that is, stand on business. You know what I'm saying? This young man had a bright future. He dealt in construction, flipping houses, landscaping, remodeling. You know, sky's the limit. His urges, it look like they're about to cost him dearly. So as we get more info on this, we're gonna bring it to y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed the content. If so, hit that like button and stay tapped in with your boy, the Alabama Hitter, man. And until the next time we decide to spin, I'm in the wind. Y'all hit that like button. Come on back. We got some more. I'm gonna holler at y'all that way.
Yeah.